All right. So the first question is like, why would somebody want to choose Lionel certification versus all the other competitors out there?
Great question. So I've had my hands in making certifications for a long time for several big companies, from making the content itself to be serving as a subject matter expert to making final exams, etc. And I've been in the industry for 25 plus years, so I'm very familiar with certification. And I also studied exercise science in college, so I have a pretty good grasp on the education that's out there for exercise science and fitness professionals. But I'm also familiar with what's relevant and practical on a daily basis as a personal. And what we focused on with the Lionel CPT is relevance and practicality. The information that is most necessary for you to have the foundation to get out there and have the exercise science expertise to know how to make good programming, but then also have some of the savvy to make some business decisions, be able to coach effectively, and also to have some of the basics when it comes to even things like nutrition and even AI we talk about a little bit in our course. We were trying to be really contemporary with our topics because that's where we are in today's landscape of personal training. So again, relevance and practicality is huge for me because I want someone to be able to take the course and not just be able to answer trivia questions about our course. I want them to have a heads up on what they can do to get out there and put things into action right away so that they can do what they intended to do in the first place, and that is help their clients.
Awesome. That was great. What is the challenge of getting this degree and then trying to find a job? Is that going to be a challenge for some of our students?
I would say no. As far as what I know, and this has been for several years now, one of the main priorities for employers of personal trainers out there, so the many different health clubs, et cetera, that hire personal trainers, one of their main priorities for their businesses is hire more trainers. So if we're saying that we have the education necessary to get out there and get started, the difficulty in finding a job really is going to be on the person looking. Are you getting out there and looking? Are you finding the right spots for you? Are you applying for these jobs? Are you showing up as your best professional self to interviews and to meet whoever you might be working with? If you do those things, then finding a job should be very accessible. Because, like I said, as far as I know, the industry tells me that all the employers of personal trainers, they're looking for more trainers. So then the question is, are you equipping yourself with the right background and the right education in order to be hireable? And an RCPT would do that for you.
Awesome. And with this CPT, how many steps does it take to complete it? Generally, how long does it take to finish?
Got it. So, if we're talking about steps, I'll just keep it real simple. You sign up. You can start the course immediately because you get to take this course on your own time. So that means how long it takes you is kind of up to you. Now, here's how I typically break it down. If you have zero experience with anatomy, biomechanics, it all feels like foreign language when you have no experience with it, then I would say it might take a little bit longer. Maybe you're going to take 6 months. Maybe you're going to take a little bit longer than that, especially if you're trying to fit in a little bit of studying with your full-time job. Maybe you got kids, maybe you got soccer practice, who knows? But, it's not a race to finish the course, right? The real race is expertise and being able to apply it out there in the world. Now, if you have plenty of time on your hands to kind of start applying some of this information and you have some background, maybe just a little bit in exercise science, then some people can get this done in under a month. And the reality is, in terms of total hours, maybe we're talking about 20, 30, 35 hours of study time, approximately, depending on how fast you study. But you can get this done very quickly, especially if you have some background in the information. The answer is it's up to the person, it's up to you. If you're a quick learner, a quick study, you're ready to put some time into it, you can get this done really quickly and get out there. But if you want to take your time with it, if it's brand new to you and you want to make sure that you truly understand the concepts, there's nothing wrong with that. Take your time because you want to get in here and do the best job possible once you pass the course. So again, it could be, like I said, it's a pretty broad range. You can do it in maybe under a month, maybe even a couple of weeks, but maybe 6 months plus if you want to take your time with it.
Awesome. That's helpful. And with the personal, this doesn't expire. I thought that was interesting. So how come this doesn't expire versus like the other companies that have certifications that expire in 2 years?
Right. So the thing that's unique about the Lionel CPT is it's coming from a university, right? In terms of accrediting the certification, that's something that we're capable of. It's coming from the university. It's accredited by us, the university, as opposed to an outside body. So that's one really cool thing about it is this is education that's coming from the university level. We've got PhDs all over the place at this university. So access to great information, and again, practical and relevant information, we've got it at our fingertips. And in terms of the having to recertify every couple of years, I think that's a huge win for anyone who takes our certification for a couple of reasons. One, you're not having to re-up and pay every couple of years. So that's a great thing. We still encourage continuing education, but again, you don't have to come back to us and recertify. You can actually just continue your education with more continuing education. So again, I think that's a huge win. From the health club owner operator side, and that's kind of sat on that side before, sometimes trying to make sure all of your staff are keeping up with their continuing education credits and recertifying every couple of years was kind of a big deal. So now when your staff are certified through Lionel and have our CPT, that is one less thing on your plate that you have to worry about, is having to chase down your trainers and make sure that their certification doesn't expire. So that, again, for the owner operators, that is a big win as well. So I think it's a great move and a great step forward in just the fitness education industry, because now we're not getting continuing education just to fulfill a requirement. Now we're getting continuing education because we truly want to get better.
I love that. And so my last question for you would be, I've heard about this, like you can stack program or something like that. So, it's a university, you have an associate's, bachelor's, and a master's, but then you also have the certification. How does that work? How does it all integrate?
Well, this is actually something that's truly exciting. And let me paint the picture for you. Some of you have certifications. Sometimes you get a cool specialty certification. And then at the end of it, you get a certificate and some knowledge and skills, which is all great. But then that's it. The certificate doesn't really add up to necessarily anything else, right? Well, with our education, like our CPT, that certificate can be rolled into more education. And again, we're a university. Let's just say you've dipped your toes into the world of health and fitness. Now you're a certified trainer, and now you're thinking, you know what? I want to pursue this even more. I want to open the doors to more opportunity. So I'm going to seek out some higher education, maybe an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree. We offer all of those things. And just imagine you can take those certifications that you have and apply those as credits to that potential future degree that you're going to get. Now we're getting through this program faster because you're not having to take those courses over again. Potentially you're paying less for your degree because you've already kind of taken the certifications. So it's a huge win in that you've already spent time, energy, and money on some of this education, and you're not going to have to do it over again. You get to parlay that and roll it into our degree programs and just continue from where you left off. So for me, that is a huge, huge deal, because there are people who start seeking out their degrees after they've been in this industry for 20 plus years. They have every certification ever, and they come to get a degree and it almost feels like it didn't mean anything in terms of, so now you get to come to us, take those certifications, take our certifications, and roll them over into these degrees, save yourself some time, some energy, some money, and improve yourself.
Awesome. I appreciate that, John. Thank you for answering all these questions. It's been very
Of course.
insightful.
Thank you.